Hello, and welcome to the new Mindscape. In this video, I'm going to talk about materialism in our operating system. The dominant operating system in the world today is based on materialism. Materialism is a pervasive ideology in modern societies. It's a belief system that underpins both capitalism and socialism. Because it's embedded into the operating system, it programs many of the choices we make in our lives, both individually and collectively. There are many refined philosophies of materialism, but in practice, the way that they're embedded into the operating system, they boil down to a simple set of beliefs. The core belief of materialism is that the only true existence is material existence. So the only thing that matters is the reality out there, not what's in your mind. Since our mind, our body, and our life are completely dependent on that material reality out there, well then that's what our minds should be focused on. Anything else is subjective fantasy. Subjective fantasy, emotions, feelings, and ideals might make you feel good, but they're not true. Now, a few propositions are often derived from this core belief. So, first of all, that the only purpose of life is material survival. Second, that since material reality is the only reality, it's what is most important in the world. Therefore, what we should value the most is the accumulation of material wealth and power. Third, the measure of social progress or development is rising levels of material consumption, production, efficiency, productivity, and profitability. Fourth, everything else is secondary, and if necessary, it needs to be sacrificed to the goals of material development. Fifth, the essence of human beings is material, and the basic human drive is to compete for survival and power. All human relations boil down to competition and struggle. Now, associated with materialism is the concept of instrumental rationality. This is a type of rationality that focuses on the most efficient or cost-effective material means to achieve a specific end, but without reflecting on the value of that end. Industrial efficiency is a product of instrumental rationality. Living beings, whether animals or humans, are turned into instruments for efficient processes of material productivity. Instrumental rationality focuses human reason on the how, which can be materially observed and measured. You don't ask the question of the ultimate purpose or value of this process because that's an immaterial, moral, or spiritual question. Those questions have no objective material answers. So therefore, you just focus on the material goal and get it done in the most efficient way possible. You can visualize instrumental rationality in the film Baraka, which takes the viewer on an imaginative journey as a way to think about the outer expression of different mindscapes. Baraka is a non-narrative film directed by Ron Fricke in 1992. It has no plot, no storyline, no actors, no dialogue, or no voiceover. The film uses footage of landscapes, religious ceremonies, teeming urban life, and the desolation of war to evoke a reflection on the meaning of life, beauty, nature, humanity, and spirituality. One of the most memorable scenes in the film shows images of baby chicks being processed on an industrial conveyor belt, separating out the males for elimination, juxtaposed with images of crowds of harried commuters rushing like a sea of zombies in commuter train stations. As one of my students once commented, human beings are compared to chickens on a conveyor belt, both of whom carry a confused look upon the future and life itself. Like the chickens, we are squashed together but separated, he said. Another student wrote, especially compared with the newborn chicks moved by the machine, it stimulated me to think of our purpose of living in the world. Are we just growing, eating, sleeping, earning money and playing until we die? Maybe most people haven't thought of why they're alive, living in the world. But I think all of us have a dream. And although we don't know what we're living for, I suppose all of us have a dream and a purpose, which we're fighting for, and that will be the reason that I live, she said. This dream is an expression of your spirituality. And it's usually out of such questions that spirituality arises. This dream is a product of your imagination. It's an object of consciousness that, when you nurture and empower it, it will give you the power to strive for something beyond yourself. Now, at this point in the discussion, somebody always says, yes, but we need material survival. We need to work on our material development. That's what matters. Let's deal with that first. Later, we can think about spiritual imaginations. So let's talk about that in the next video.